Richie, thanks for joining us. Congratulations, another win which you worked hard for.
Yeah, I thought credit to both sets of players. It started off lethargic. I think both sets of players were tired, and then he put everything into the match. And then in the last 10 minutes, the pitch was big, it was open, and obviously the energy levels are very low. But I said it after the Bristol Rovers game, the schedule's ridiculous. So we've now lost Ollie O'Neill, Don Ball, Dan Aggie. We've probably lost 5-6 players in the last 7 days, and it's not because we're not training. It's because we go maximum for a match, and then we can't train. We've got to recover, and then we go maximum for a match, and there's no in between. So the schedule at this level is ridiculous, and I'm not sure what the other standard of the games and the energy levels of the players throughout the country this Saturday. But for me, I get the Boxing Day, I get the New Year's Day. We don't need the 29th, and the schedule has just been brutal.
It has, but it's been a very good run of results, of course, for the O's, and a winner from Jamie Donnelly from a tight angle.
Yeah, I can't be proud enough. I'm so proud of Jamie, the way that he's come in. He's a talented boy, everyone can see that. And we watch him in training, and you think, what a player. He's got every opportunity to be whatever he wants to be. But he didn't do the basics right. We needed to learn to come away from that 21's football. He got his head down, he wasn't happy with certain times, which I have to take on board. But it's part of his development, not only the ability to play in, but also the resilience and mentality side of it. And I have to say that in the last... This has not been the last 6-7 games. I think for now 14, 15 games have been really, really good. And he's been a huge part of that. So credit for him, credit to his family, because him and his dad and his agent wasn't moaning. He told Jamie to get his head down and work. And he's doing that now, and he looks at an exceptional player at this level who will go on to bigger and better things.
A clean sheet, and I thought at the back, Jack Curry outstanding.
Yeah, I don't think we give many chances away. I think, like I said, first half was pretty. It was dead. I get it, everybody's tired after the Christmas and New Year period, not just the players but the supporters as well. But I thought second half we deserved the win. We could have scored a few more. We dominated in terms of territory against a well organised, resilient team. I think they've got a good squad. They've got a top manager at this level who's won multiple promotions, and do you know what? I think they'll stay up. I think they've got a lot going for them. But I thought second half we pushed, and I didn't think many goals were going to be scored today, so luckily we got the one that counted.
You mentioned the injury to Ollie O'Neill. Was it too early? It seemed to be the left knee.
Yeah, someone landed on his knee. We don't know yet. We'll have to scan him. We sent Don Ball for a scan. Don was in the squad but pulled out this morning. We sent him for a scan, and he's some change in his knee to his previous injury, so we have to be wary of that. And obviously we're still waiting for some clarity on Dan Aggie's injury.
And what about Dan Happy?
Dan Happ's just been... He could have maybe been on the bench today, but we've just been kicking a can down the road. So he's 70% fit, he's 65% fit, he's 60% fit. We've got a 2-week break in the league now, so let's just make sure that we nip it in the bud and make sure that whenever the next league game is, if he's good enough, if he's fit enough to play in the cup games, then fine. But we just needed to look after him, and like I say, we've got a replacement that for me is up there at this level in Jack Simpson. So Jack's found it difficult to get in a rhythm. I think when he plays, you can see that he's very, very good, very, very good, and he's just lacking that match sharpness to do certain things. But I thought he grew into the game. I thought he was excellent second half, Jack, and he will get better with a run of games.
And Jayasimi seemed to grow into the match as well.
Listen, I've worked with DJ. I know exactly what he can do. When he's on it, he can be so talented. He's strong. You can't get the ball off him. He can manipulate the ball. He needs to be fit, but he's had too many injuries in pre-season and throughout the season. And I think once he gets in a rhythm, once he gets a bit more fitness, match practice, I think there's a player there. Because he's probably had a couple of years where he's been played as centre forward, been played as a wing back, and it's just getting him going again. For me, he's a 10 or he's a left winger. And
Sean Clare showed his quality as well.
Yeah, again we've probably pushed Prats too much, but with his mentality and his winning attitude and that spreading to the other players, we thought it was important to keep him in. We know that we've got 2 cup games where we can get Sean starting with extra training. The biggest problem we've had, Dave, is with all the games we don't get proper training sessions in. So Sean has come back, but the levels of training are not. We can do a little bit extra, but it's not the same. So we knew that at 60 minutes, 65 minutes, we could bring Sean on, and I think it's there for see when he comes on, the composure that he shows. And I thought in the first half we played too many side to side without any angle. I thought our angles and our combination play was so much better in the second half, and Sean was a big part of that.
So you've got a week now to prepare for the FA Cup, the third round, and Derby County, the visitors.
Yeah, we'll just have to get into the early part of the week and just monitor who is fresh, who is ready to play. We're going to have to make 5 or 6 changes, maybe even more, because I'll go back to the start of this interview. The schedule is uncalled for. It's really, really uncalled for. I don't know how many games we're going to end up playing. I think we played 11 cup games already. So if you put that with the next 2 that are coming, there's 13, then you've got 46 league games. You're touching 60 games. That's, when you get some Premier League teams who are not in Europe, who are playing 38 league games, 4 or 5 in the cup, and they moan with bigger squads. So imagine how we feel. But both sets of players. We played Bristol the other day, and Omachiri comes off after 20 minutes with Dan Aggie because he's pulled his hamstring. It's just not fair on the players. I think as a spectacle, first half you see it, players are tired. It gets them that little bit of time to get going into the game, and not only as the quality goes down, but then you run the risk of injury as well.
Were you able to strengthen the squad maybe before the visit?
We're able to. Obviously, with Zach Hemming going back, it frees up a little bit of money. I hope there'll be a little bit more money on top of that to be available. But I think more importantly, it's just identifying the players that can come in and improve us. It's not about money. It's finding the right people that can come into the group and improve us. We're not just signing people for the sake of it. And in January, they're really, really tough to come by.
And at what point will there be a decision about those players that are currently on loan, particularly Jack Cowie?
Yeah, Jack's call out. Jack's had initial conversations with Oxford, so it's positive for us. We believe that he's had 100 games at League 2. This year he's probably going to get 50 games in League 1. He's doing really well. He's part of a back four at keeping clean sheets. He's part of a team that are winning games, and that's a next step for him then to go back, hopefully in the summer, to get an Oxford team. So we're quite confident with Jack. We're very confident with Josh Keeley and Donnelly. Andy Golden at Tottenham has been great. He said that we can keep them for the rest of the season. Sonny Perkins will stay. There's one more, and then Kelman will stay as well. So we're all right in that aspect. It's just we need a bit more firepower. Sweens does a job when he comes on in the wing, but it's not fair on him. I want to play Sweens in the cup at left back where he should be playing. So we need a left winger, the right winger, and depending on Dan Aggie's now in that, we might need another centre forward because I don't think we can waste this opportunity in the position that we've got in.